mind telling you, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we have the man with the widest tongue in the world on with us.
It is.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, it's a dream come true for us to talk to you, Byron. You sound shockingly normal.
You know, that's surprisingly what everybody says. That's their first impression.
Let's back it up for a second. Thanks for taking some time out of what I can only imagine is an incredibly hectic schedule for you, being the man with the widest tongue in the world. How wide is your tongue, first of all?
Well, the official record is 8.57 centimeters, and that's because they average it over 3 measurements. So it was 8.5, 8.6, and 8.6. So I say 8.6.
Now, we don't have a Canadian on staff. In inches, how does that translate?
I don't know, 3.5.
You don't know the actual inches measurement, just the centimeters measurement.
Yeah, because in Guinness, the rest of the world is smarter than us and goes by the metric system.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?
I know.
And his name is Byron, by the way. Byron Schlenker, correct, Byron?
Correct, yes. That's the name I was born with on April Fool's Day. So
I'll be honest with you, the name sort of sounds like a guy who might have the widest tongue in the world.
Why would you say something like that?
I don't know. Something about Schlenker. It sounds like there's a tongue coming out there.
Ah, the Schlenkers, known for their wide tongues. Because his daughter holds the world record, too. Is that right, Byron?
yeah, my daughter has the widest tongue for female. The whole way this came about was just amazing. We went to the library. She needed a book. I said, what do you need it for? She said, well, every day I have to write a fact out of the book. So I said, here's the perfect book. It's a Guinness Book of World Records. I turned to that page, read her that record, and then on the way home, just, you know how a guy's mind works, it's just, gee, my tongue's been wide my whole life. I wonder how wide mine is. So it's just stupid. It's one of those, you can't take it seriously. I teach my kids that it is what it is. Listen, when you're born on April Fool's, you have a name like Schlenker, you just let it all hang out.
I mean, are there other parts of your body that are excessively wide?
You saw my picture, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it's...
Yes, I guess I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
We probably don't need to tell you this, but we're talking to Byron Schlenker. Yes, the Byron Schlenker, world record holder for having the widest tongue.
Is there, did you call 411 and say, I need the Guinness Book of World Records?
No, I went on their website and there was an application, and then they send you this blank email back that just says, well, to send out an official, it's $2,500, and if you want to use our logo. And I was like, I'm not doing that. You know, I just thought it'd be funny. I thought that they would be running right out and see me. It's not like that. So I forgot all about it. 8 months after that, some lady sent me an email. Her name's Jenny from London, said, I was just throwing out all these applications. Yours caught my eye. Just take a quick measurement. So I did, and I emailed it to her, and then, I had to go see a doctor and notary public. She was like, okay, this is legit. So they helped me through the process. Stated at the bottom I could do it for free, but I didn't bother reading past the $2,500. Once I saw $2,500, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this.
Did they give you the option of paying $2,500 or not? I don't get it.
That's for a rep to come out to officially measure it.
Oh.
You can't just buy a world record.
I see.
Right.
I see.
That's just for everybody to come out, and you can use their logo. And I said, I'm just a stupid guy from Syracuse. I'm not paying a dime for that. And I was disappointed, actually, because as a kid, you think that they're out there looking for everybody, but
yeah.
I think in some cases they are, but what's happened, and we talk about world records on this show more often than I like to talk about them, is that they're used almost as marketing tools these days. Like we've heard one of the largest champagne toast, and really it's a whole marketing thing for weddings or something like that. So in a case
absolutely.
like that, you pay $2,500 to have an official, and I'm using finger quotes, come out to measure it.
Right, because it's like a dog and pony show. Right.
No dog and pony shows here.
What has surprised you, if anything, since you were crowned widest? And by the way, we've gotten a couple of questions. We're not saying whitest, we're saying widest, as in measurement across.
Right.
Yeah, people confuse that, yeah.
What has happened to you since then?
Well, it was all fun and games, I'll be honest, till I got a call from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Because, the lady in London, she kept saying, well, when this comes out, we'll forward any requests to you. And I'm like, yeah, what request am I going to get? There's no good requests coming my way. But then I got a call from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they asked me if I wanted to be on the show for their Guinness segment. And then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, this actually might turn into something. You never know, right? So I interviewed for that show, and unfortunately I kind of insulted them in my interview, which, I don't have any on deck sometimes. And I said to them, I watched the show, and you guys change it so much, it's kind of dumb now.
That can be said for our show too, so watch it.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't think about it. I was just trying to be honest, trying to help, and then next thing you know, it's like you're rejected. I'm like, I wonder why.
I'm sure you can hear it in his voice. We're talking to the man who holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the widest tongue. It's Byron Schlenker. Who else, media-wise, has contacted you?
Jay Thomas, I don't know, he's on Sirius. Jimmy Kimmel, they just reached out recently. You never know. You never know who's calling you, too. It could be some guy from his phone in his mom's basement.
Right.
But, it's nothing serious. And people say, have you made any money off this? If anything, this record's cost me $1,000 just from buying books for my friends to sign. And I got a passport. I did get a call from Guinness asking me if I wanted to go to London. But it was like on a Friday, and they wanted me there on Monday. It's like, I got a life. I can't just fly to London and stick out my tongue. I got things I got to do. So,
if we all had a nickel for every time we flew to London and stuck out our tongue.
That's right.
Do you feel like your tongue is growing, or do you think it's reached its maximum potential?
No, I think this is it. I think it was always this size. I mean, it's been this size for years. I think when you first measured it, I just went and stuck it out. It's like a muscle. It's like anything else. The more you stick it out, it grows. You can flex it. You learn how to flex it more. So, I was like, if I would have just, gave it a little effort, I can get 8.6, which actually 8.6 is the exact size of a Visa or MasterCard. That's 8.6 centimeters. So they used the iPhone in the interview, but if they would have, they showed me holding out my Visa card. They said, that's the exact size of my tongue. So if you put a Visa card sideways, just try fitting it in your mouth.
We're talking to a guy named Byron Schlenker, the world record holder for having the widest tongue.
Any chance of you coming out with like a workout video for tongues?
I have a mini set of tongue barbells that somebody at work made me.
What do you do for a living, Byron?
I'm the property manager at the New York State Fair, which works out well because then I can open my own booth during the fair and take over for some of the circus acts.
Yeah, why would you pay $1 to see a million toothpicks when you can see the world's widest tongue?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's fantastic. It's an honor to speak with you this morning. I'm going to say that
this is the first time ever we've had a world record holder on the show.
I feel like that may be accurate, yeah.
Well, like I say, my tongue is here for your pleasure.
I bet you say that.
When people ask me to sign the books, I sign it. I said, I write it, size does matter. And I don't even care if that's for a 6-year-old. They'll get it when they're older.
Thanks, Byron. We appreciate it, man.
Good to talk to you guys. Thank you.
There he is from the Guinness Book of World Records, Byron Schlenker, the man with the fattest tongue. Photos, of course, obviously on the Woody and Wilcox Facebook page.
Yeah, thanks to Beer Club Brandon, who tweeted out, I just about vomited trying to shove a credit card in my mouth. Hashtag leave it to the pros.
That's correct.
I've seen you get bigger things in your mouth, Brandon.
I don't want to know about that. At Woody and Wilcox on Twitter, we tweeted some stuff out that way as well.